The Board of Health has a few regulations up for review. This week, we have a look at an update for body art establishments.
The Town of Needham Health Department has a body art regulation already in place. We basically want to make sure that every establishment in town is safe and sanitary, that the operators are properly permitted. So we have an application process that we work through with them and getting information. But right now we don't have any body art establishments in town, but we did end up updating our regulations because we had a responsible salon owner come to us and asked us if it would be possible for them to practice a new technique called microblading. And this is a process of a temporary ink that goes under the skin. So our current regulation, we wanted to make sure that temporary and permanent inks were covered. So we went ahead and updated our regulation to also include the technique of microblading.
The update is actually fairly simple. It's a revision to the definition section to include both permanent and temporary tattooing if that tattooing is something that breaks the surface. So it's not the type of thing where it would run afoul of a small child's temporary tattoos as a gift at a birthday party, but it is focused on temporary tattooing where blades or needles break the surface of the skin. It also includes the update that specifically applies to microblading. So it's an updated definition section and a section that encompasses this new technique that's relatively modern. The previous regulations haven't been updated in a couple of years, so we feel this update is appropriate to bring the Board of Health's amendment to sort of modern setting where it applies to sort of all the techniques that are currently used.
So as part of the regulation requirements, we have to make sure the salon owner submits an establishment permit application for the establishment, and they need to comply with regulation requirements when it comes to sanitary conditions, sterilizing needles properly, sanitary environments that they're working in, that they're sterilizing their equipment properly. So all this is covered in the establishment application, and then we also permit each practitioner on site that practices these microblading and tattoo techniques, as well as body piercings. That's also covered. So it's an annual permit. They would have to come to the health department every year to fill out an updated application. Any type of practitioners that come on board, they have to come to us as well to get a permit and in order to work into that establishment. And so we have to go out and do inspections as well. We do annual inspections or more often as necessary if a complaint comes up.
It's taken a few months to sort of develop and revise the amendments to the regulation, but the board considered it in a public hearing July 29th, and we'll consider it again in another public hearing on September 9th. And there's a period where the regulation is open for comment, written comment, emailed comment, or residents, if they have concerns or questions about the body art amendment, could come to the next Board of Health meeting as well.
So the goal is to ensure that the residents in the town of Needham will know that they have a safe and sanitary place to go if they want to get a tattoo or cosmetic tattooing or body art, and that they know that the Public Health Department is permitting these establishments and that they're being overseen.
So the regulation, if it is approved by the Board of Health at its next public meeting and hearing, which would be on September 9th, a Friday, would likely go into effect on October 1st.